and welcome back to the kitchen. Today I am going to make a family favorite. It's easy, it's inexpensive, and it's delicious. Join me as I make ham and cheese breakfast bake. The first ingredient in the recipe are shredded hash browns. Normally I buy a bag of frozen shredded hash browns because it's easy and it's fast. But I have so many potatoes in the pantry, I thought, why not shred them myself? And we need 24 ounces of those. Now we need to squeeze all the excess liquid out of the hash browns, and for that I'm just using paper towels. I'm going to let these hash browns sit in the paper towels just to continue absorbing the excess liquid. But in the meantime, I'm going to melt 6 tablespoons of butter. Keep your eye on the butter because you want it melted, not browned. All right, that looks good. I'm going to turn this off. And now I'm going to transfer these hash browns into a bowl without making a mess, hopefully. These paper towels are pretty well saturated, so it's a good thing we got all that liquid out. This will help them brown in the oven. Now we pour the melted butter into our shredded hash browns and stir. The butter is going to assist in crisping these hash browns, so try to get all the hash browns evenly coated. My intuition is telling me to season these hash browns at this stage, but that is not in the recipe, and I know everybody likes this recipe, so I'm not going to mess with it. Someday I'm going to try that though. Next we need an ungreased 9x13 casserole dish. Transfer the potatoes to the dish. Try to get them evenly distributed at this point. You need to make sure the entire bottom of the dish is covered, and then squish it down because this is going to be the crust of our casserole. Now we place this into a 475-degree oven and bake for 10 minutes. For this recipe, you need 8 ounces of shredded Monterey Jack cheese. I just bought a brick of it because I preferred shredding it myself, but you can get a bag if you like. You can use whatever protein you like. I have 8 ounces of leftover ham that I purposely packaged for this very occasion. And you can get this in the grocery store in 8-ounce containers, pre-cubed, but why not use what you already have? My last bit of prep work is to crack and scramble these 4 eggs. I just checked on the hash brown crust. It's mostly done. There are some crispy bits on the top, which is what we want to see. However, I turned the dish around. I'm going to bake it for a few more minutes just to get that even brown goodness. I did forget about 2 of the ingredients. They're not on the recipe, but we always add them. I have some diced onion here. This is from the other night. I made bratwurst. And I also need to dice up this green pepper. You know, these are optional ingredients, clearly, because they're not on the card, but they're delicious. I just pulled the crust out, and this is what we want to see, nice and crispy and more or less evenly brown. I got this vegetable chopper from Costco. Don't worry, I'm not getting any kickback from this, but I love it. It's very versatile and it makes dicing so easy. In fact, I'm going to give these green peppers a fine dice. Don't make a liar out of me. With this thing, the flatter you can get your pieces, the easier it is to do the dice. What I like best about this is how even the pieces turn out, and it's a beautiful thing to see. I'm adding 1 cup of heavy whipping cream to the scrambled eggs. Now stir these together. Now it's time to add the ham, the onion, and the green pepper. I am going to attempt to evenly spread them over the surface. Feel free to add anything you like to this recipe. Any ingredients that you would put in an omelet would be good in this. Maybe some diced tomato, some mushrooms, minced garlic, bacon bits, whatever you want to do. But that's all I'm going to add to this one. And now it's time to top with cheese. I'm giving the scrambled eggs and cream mixture 1 final whisk, and then pouring this all over the top of this egg baked casserole. To me, it doesn't seem like 4 eggs is enough for this huge casserole, but it always turns out well, so I'm not messing with the ratio today. The final step is to put this back in the oven at 475 degrees for 30 minutes. And what we can expect is for this to set, to get golden brown and bubbly around the edges. Oh, it's going to be delicious. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Set golden brown and bubbly after 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes and I pulled the breakfast casserole out of the oven. It smells amazing. Now, we like our cheese dark around here, so if you don't like it this dark, cook it less. But this looks perfect to me. Got myself a nice quarter piece. If you recall from earlier, I did not add any seasoning to this casserole. So now I'm just going to break it apart and add some salt and pepper. I can see the steam rising out of this. It's going to be burning out. I get myself a nice big bite loaded with stuff. Turns out perfect every time. Another nice thing about this recipe is you can refrigerate it and heat it up in the microwave, and it's going to taste almost as good as it does right now. You need to make this. It is delicious. It's easy, so filling. It's a fantastic recipe. Thanks for stopping by.